Vision Care විශ්වාසනීය දැක්ම.
සාධාරණ මිලයි විශ්වාසවන්ත සේවාවයි.
The detection of 202 fresh cases of COVID-19 has now increased the number of patients from the Minuwangoda cluster to 1,034. According to the Government Information Department, all the new patients are employees of the apparel factory. 4 among the 6 infected persons identified this evening are employees of the Minuwangoda factory. From the remaining 2, one is an employee of the Valisara branch of the Brandix factory and the other is a member of the cleaning staff at the Bandaranaike International Airport.
අත වශයෙන්ම අපිට වාර්තා වෙච්ච පළවෙනි කාන්තාවට රෝග ලක්ෂණ එන්නේ 28 වෙනිදා. නමුත් සැප්තැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා විතර ඉඳන් මේ ආයතනයේ සේවකයන් අතර ශ්වසන රෝග තත්ත්වයක් තිබුණායි කියලා වාර්තා වෙලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට එහෙමනම් මේ කාන්තාව නෙවෙයි පළවෙනි රෝගියා. මේ රෝගියා අතර මැද කෙනෙක්. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා අපිට ඒ ආපස්සට ගොඩාක් කරුණු හොයන්න වෙනවා. අත වශයෙන් මෙතන 800 ගණනකකින් කවුද පළවෙනියා කියන එක හොයන එක ඉතාමත්ම දුෂ්කර වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Meanwhile, 3 employees of the factory in question residing in Moravatta Kandana, Hapugoda and Kapuwatta were hospitalized this morning by the officials of the Jayala Medical Officer of Health. In the meantime, residents of Minuwangoda, Udugampala and Miniruwangoda who were diagnosed with COVID-19 were also admitted to hospital today. In addition, 351 infected patients from the factory were taken to the Tildeniya, Rambukkana, Valikanda and Kamburugamu treatment centres. In another development, the government issued notice to employees of the apparel factory who came into contact with infected individuals and the families of the virus-infected employees to direct them to quarantine centres today. To the surprise of authorities and the people present, a woman diagnosed with COVID-19 arrived at the site. Elsewhere, the Office of the Medical Officer of Health in Minuwangoda conducted PCR tests on family members of the infected as well as state officials who are believed to have come into contact with carriers of the virus. Also, the families of the factory employees residing in Jayala, Kandana and Ekala were directed to quarantine facilities this morning. Meanwhile, with a resident of Horana who works for the factory in question testing positive for COVID-19, the 5th ward of the Horana Base Hospital, where his wife is employed, has been temporarily closed, restricting the admission and discharge of new patients. The hospital administration said that patients are being treated within the ward. Meanwhile, in the Colombo Municipal Council, PCR tests of its employees were carried out today due to the mother of an employee testing positive for the virus. An infected employee of the apparel factory had visited a house in the area of Kirimattiya, Batapola in Ambalangoda and had frequented several locations, including 3 houses and a shop. Taking to social media, the infected individual identified as Gavin Vimalasiri says that he had arrived in Gaul on Friday the 2nd via Kokmaduwa and reached Kahava on a bus from Mathura to Colombo. He had visited his wife's residence in Kirimattiya last Saturday and attended a Bodhi Puja with his family at the Batapola temple. Vimalasiri added in the post that he returned to Kadavata on a bus from Ambalangoda to Kadavata on Sunday the 4th. Acting upon the information provided by the COVID-19 carrier, measures were taken to quarantine his family members and 2 members of the clergy attached to the temple. Meanwhile, Minister of Health Pavitra Vanniyarach revealed that some infected factory employees are refusing admission to treatment centres. In this backdrop, police announced strict legal action against those who conceal COVID-19 related health conditions. What's more, curfew was imposed on 17 police areas in the Gampaha, Kalaniya and Nigambo divisions with immediate effect today until further notice. Accordingly, curfew will be imposed in the Gampaha, Ganemulla, Kirindivala, Dompe, Malwatuhiripitiya, Mirigama, Nittambuwa, Pugoda, Veyangoda, Minuwangoda, Veeragula, Valiveriya, Pallevela and Yakkala police areas of the Gampaha division. Further, the Jayala and Kandana police areas of the Kalaniya division, as well as the Diulapitiya police area of the Nigambu division, will be placed under curfew until further notice. In another development, a COVID-19 infected person receiving treatment at the Ragama hospital escaped from the hospital last night. His diagnosis was confirmed by a PCR report this morning. The patient, however, was found wandering near the hospital and was readmitted to the hospital. Meanwhile, Commander of the Army Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva states that a member of the cleaning staff at the Bandaranaike International Airport is among the fresh cases of COVID-19.
මේ අවස්ථාවේදී එහෙම කාන්තාවක් කොවිඩ් ආසාදනය වී ඇති බවට තොරතුරු ලැබිලා තිනේ. ඒ ගැන සොයලා බැලුවමත් ඒකේ දැනට වාර්තා වෙලා තිබෙන තත්ත්වය අනුව ඇඟලුම් කර්මාන්ත ශාලාවේ සේවයෙන් යුතු බෝඩිමක් වෙත ගියපු කාන්තාවක් හැටියට තමයි වාර්තා වෙන්නේ. ඒ හිටපු කාන්තාවන් අතරින් කීප දෙනෙක්ට කොවිඩ් ආසාදනය වී ඇති බවටත් වාර්තා වෙනවා.
මේක අපිට ලොක්ඩවුන් එකකට යන්න වෙයිද කියලා දල වශයෙන් හරි දැනෙන්නේ නැද්ද නිකන් නිලවලට?
මේක පැය 24න් විතරට විශ්ලේෂණය කරනු ලබනවා. මේකේ ඉන්න ඕනේ ඔක්කොම විශේෂඥවරුන් මේක බලනවා. දැනට මේ අහන පැයේ එහෙම දෙයක් පේන්නේ නැහැ.